Good evening. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Welcome. A little bit of a switch up and a change from the usual Sunday class. I just decided that I needed a little bit of time for myself, a little bit of self-love, self-care. Having a few up and down days with the whole lockdown situation. So the ability to have a bit more freedom for myself on a Sunday morning um, is something that I think I need at the moment. Even though it's going to be a bit weird doing it on a Sunday night instead of a Sunday morning, we'll just have to see how it goes. This will be with a view to possibly changing that in real life as well. Once all this COVID stuff is over with. So I'm possibly going to be doing my Sunday classes in the evening rather than at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'll put the feelers out, see how that might work, whatever people want. If it's not something people are keen on, then we'll just go from there and see how we can continue. So tonight's practice, it's a new month, it's May, and we're coming really nicely into spring now. And just with everything that's sort of been happening over the past month or so with lockdown and everything, I think me personally, I've been feeling a little bit claustrophobic, a little bit suffocated, and a little bit sort of closed in. So we are this month going to be working into our heart chakra. It's the fourth chakra. The fourth chakra? Yeah, the fourth chakra. And by working into this area, this energy, we will be able to open our hearts, allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, but also allowing ourselves to receive and give love as well. And I feel like it's really important at this time in particular to be able to receive love and feel the love that there is out there from people, even though we might not be able to see them face to face. I don't want you to forget that you are loved and you are appreciated. That's sort of one of the things that I really want to concentrate on. And also, just because back bends are amazing and they make you feel invigorated, and they're a really great set of asanas and postures. So yeah. All right. Coming into a seated position, I am going to be checking my notes every now and again, so please forgive me with this new flow. I've only practiced it a couple of times, but yeah. So bringing your palms to rest on your knees. You can either have them face down or facing upwards. Bringing your index finger and your thumb to touch in a mudra if you are having your palms facing upwards, to invite a little bit more energy into your practice. But if your palms are facing down, just allow them to sit on your knees. Allow yourself to ground. Roll those shoulders up and back. Relax your jaw, relax your face. Allow the energy from your sit bones to rise through your body and seep out through the crown of your head. And then close down your eyes. Allow yourself to observe your breath. Observe where you're at with your breathing. If it's heavy or light, shallow, deep, short or long. And then if you like, I'm going to invite you to bring one hand to rest on your belly, on your abdomen, and then bring the other hand and place it over your heart, on your chest. Just take a moment to feel the rise and fall of your chest and your belly as you breathe in and out. As you breathe in through your nose, allow the breath to expand the belly. And then breathe out through your nose, allowing the belly to draw back towards the spine. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, release the breath. Inhale through the abdomen, feel your hand rise. Pause. And then release the breath. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, release, navel to spine. Keep breathing in this rhythm. Equal inhale and exhale. Maybe for 4, maybe for 3, maybe for 6 if you want the breath to be a little bit longer. Then on your next inhale, send your breath through your belly and allow the breath then to rise into the chest. So you can feel your chest expanding and maybe your hand moves as your breath rises up through your body. Exhale, release the breath from the chest, release from the rib cage and draw your navel back towards your spine. Inhale, belly rises. Chest rises, top hand might move as you breathe in that prana, allowing it to fill your lungs, filling your heart, and then release. Bringing your focus to the space in between your eyes, allowing the beating of your heart to be felt in your hands as the energy from our heart chakra resonates through our body. Keep breathing this 3-part breath, belly, chest, and then up into the shoulders. And releasing through your nose. Allowing your mind and your body to settle, to connect, to unite. If you have an Ujjayi breath in your practice, then please feel free to do this now. An Ujjayi breath is the subtle contraction at the back of the throat, and it's an audible breath. Sounds oceanic, and it can be heard on the inhale and on the exhale. One more time. In through the belly, up through the chest, up into the collarbones and shoulders. Then release. Move your hands and place them back onto your knees. Just bow your head gently, bringing your chin towards your chest and lengthening through your neck. Flutter your eyes open, and then bring your gaze back to the front. We're going to start to move into our body, wakening up the spine, awakening up the back and the sides of the body. So placing your hands with palms down on your knees, we're going to go through some seated cat-cow. So inhale, roll your shoulders away, shine your heart and your chest forward, and your gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round your shoulders, draw your navel up towards your spine for your seated cat. Inhale, seated cow, shine your chest through your arms, gaze comes upwards. Exhale, seated cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale, you need to raise your hands above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathing in, sending the energy up, palms might touch. This time as you exhale, come into cactus arms and push your chest forward, shine your heart through and gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus those arms, gentle back bend. Inhale, raise the arms high. Exhale one more time, cactus your arms, shine your heart through. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to inhale, raise the hands above our head. And as you exhale, we're going to come into Gomukhasana arms. So bringing your left arm behind you. I'm going to face this way so that you can see. Bringing your arm behind you and having your palm facing upwards and your fingertips reaching towards the top of your head. Inhale, raise your right hand. And then you're just going to try and grab hold of your right fingers so that your arms are lengthening out and you're feeling the opening in the chest. Take a breath here. Allow your right arm to come next to your head. Allow your left shoulder to peel back. And then on your next inhale, I want you to prepare and lengthen through the sides of your body. And as you exhale, I just want you to fold and hinge at the hips, just coming forward slightly, keeping your gaze towards the top of your mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, release. Release your arms. As you breathe in, bring your hands above your head, and we'll repeat on the other side. So as you exhale, bring your right hand behind your back, your right arm, fingertips pointing upwards, and then bring your left hand. See if you can grip those fingertips. Bring your left elbow in towards your head, feeling the opening across the front of the chest. As you inhale to prepare, exhale, maybe just fold slightly. You can always have the option just to leave your hands resting on your back like so. If you can see that. No pressure to try and go into the full Gomukhasana here. Take an in-breath. Exhale, release the hands high, send them up to touch. And as you exhale, we're going to roll forward into our tabletop position. So placing your hands at shoulder width apart, your knees are at hip distance apart, shoulders stacked over wrists. Take an inhale, coming into your cow, tilting your tailbone towards the ceiling, shoulders are back, away from your ears, gaze comes up. Exhale into your cat, angry cat back, push the mat away, gaze towards your knees. Inhale into your cow. Breathing out, pushing the floor away as your gaze comes to your knees. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then inhale to come into a place of stillness in your tabletop position. We're going to flat back. We're going to work into creating some space underneath the body for when we move later on. So inhale, extend your right leg back and flex your right foot. As you exhale, bring your right knee towards your nose. Breathe in, extend your right leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen your right leg. Drop your toes to the floor. Just pivot on your left knee slightly, and we're going to come into a mini wild thing. So as you inhale to prepare, exhale to raise that right hand up high. Gaze comes up towards your right fingers. And then if you want to, you can open your chest slightly towards the ceiling, bringing your right shoulder down and away from your ear as your gaze comes up towards the sky. Really push those hips forward, shining your chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, release your hand down onto the floor, bringing your knee back round, and we're going to move into a thread the needle. So inhale. Exhale, bringing your right arm through and your head comes towards the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, back to center. And we're going to repeat on the left. Take a breath in and extend your left leg towards the back of the room. Exhale, bring your left knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. And as you lengthen, I want you to plant your left foot on the floor, maybe pivot on your right, raising your left hand high to the ceiling, coming into a mini wild thing here. So if you like, you can stay here, or you can open your chest out towards the ceiling, really drawing those shoulders away from the ears and shining your heart forwards, inviting all that love in towards your body. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale all the way back to center. We'll thread the needle on this side, setting up in your tabletop as you inhale to lift. Exhale to thread your left arm through, bringing your left shoulder to the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant your hands down. We'll move into our Anahatasana, our puppy dog pose. So keeping your feet pushed, tops of the feet pushed into your mat. We're just going to keep our hips stacked above our knees, but walk the hands forward. Keep walking the hands towards and past the top of your mat as you bring your chest towards the floor. Now, if you find this difficult, you can always bring a cushion or a block or a rolled up towel underneath your forehead, because your forehead eventually will want to touch the mat. You can widen your hands if you feel really tight in your shoulders, but bring that chest towards the floor. And just close your eyes in your puppy dog. Take some breaths. Feel the opening out in the back of your upper back and your chest. Draw your navel back in towards your spine. Inhale slowly, creeping your hands back into your tabletop position. Widening your knees to the edges of the mat, bringing your big toes to touch. Sink your hips back down towards your heels. Walk your hands out and come into your child's pose. Forehead to floor. Take a couple of breaths in your child's pose. And if you want to set an intention for your class this evening, then please feel free to do so now. You can send yourself some love or some positive words of affirmation. You can offer the energy of your practice to somebody who you think might need it a little bit more than you do tonight. Or you can just give yourself some words of encouragement. Take another breath in your child's pose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Coming up into your tabletop position. We're going to move into plank. So extend your right leg. Make sure your shoulders are stacked over your wrists. Extend your left leg and push your heels back towards the back of the room or the back of your mat. Take an inhale here. Really ground down through your toes. And then we're going to move into downward facing dog on our exhale. So inhale. Exhale, lift your tailbone high. Drawing your heels down towards the floor, downward facing dog. Head comes between the arms. Bend in the knees if you have tight hamstrings. Widen your hands to the edges of the mat or even further off the mat if you have tight shoulders. Don't be afraid to adjust the posture to suit your body, but your stance wants to try and remain in your high plank position. It's where your feet and your wrists want to be. Take a breath. Pedal out those feet if you feel like you need to lengthen into your hamstrings slightly. And come to a place of stillness. Take an in-breath. Lift your heels. On your exhale, bend your knees. And then tiptoe or step to the front of your mat. And I want you to land in your Uttanasana, your forward fold. So gentle bend in the knees to allow the tailbone to lengthen towards the ceiling. Eventually, you might be able to straighten out your legs. As you inhale to your halfway lift, exhale, draw your belly button in and fold over your legs, bringing your chest to your thighs. Head hangs heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Hands come above your head. Exhale, Samastiti. All right. We'll run through a sun salutation A modified with a back bend. Coming into your Tadasana, your mountain posture. You're going to take an inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, cactus your arms. And as you cactus your arms, I want you to ground down through your feet. Shine your hips forward and come into a gentle back bend. Gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Heart and chest opens. Inhale, rise. Utthita Hasta into Tadasana. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, rise. Bring your palms to touch. And we'll back bend from here. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bring your arms back in line with your ears. And maybe gentle back bend here. Only go as far as feels comfortable for you. Tailbone lengthening towards the floor. Hips pointing ahead, opening out the chest. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold, Uttanasana, coming over your thighs, your head hangs heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, step back into your high plank, shoulders over wrists, take an in-breath. As you exhale, lower down your knees, untuck your toes and bring your chest down to the floor, keeping your elbows into your ribcage. Drop the feet, push the feet, the tops of the feet into the mat. We're going to come into a low cobra. Inhale, low cobra, Bhujangasana. So you can keep your bottom ribs on the floor here. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, back bend. Push down through the tops of your feet and engage your glutes. Try to avoid tensing the glutes because this will hurt the lower back. So exhale, lower. We're going to come into a Sphinx now. So bringing your arms so that your elbows are stacked underneath your shoulders. You might not be able to see on my camera here quite well, but you want your fingers pointing towards the front of your room or wherever you're facing, towards the front of your mat. Gaze comes down just past the mat. And we're just going to inhale, lifting our chest, shining our chest forwards, keeping our upper arms straight and our forearms pressed into the mat. Engage through the glutes. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, lower. Bringing your hands back underneath your shoulders. Fingers pointing forwards. We're going to come into an upward facing dog. Now this is optional. If you want to just come into your Cobra, your Bhujangasana, that's fine. This is your gentle back bend. So your feet stay pushed into the mat and you're just lifting your chest up. You can come a little higher if you want this time. For those who are coming into upward facing dog, push down through the tops of the feet, internally rotate your feet and push up through your hands and lift your thighs off the floor. Shoulders are relaxed. Draw your navel in strong through your core. Upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale. Upward facing dog or cobra, wherever you're going to. And then we're going to roll over the toes if you're in upward facing dog and come into downward facing dog. Or if you're in your cobra, bend your knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Draw your heels towards the floor, but remember, keep a gentle bend in the knees if this is easier. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees. Walk to the top of your mat, landing once more in your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, straight spine all the way up to standing. Hands come above your head, palms might touch. Exhale, back bend, catches the arms, gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we're going to move into our modified mixture of sun salutation A and B, and we'll flow. So bringing your big toes to touch, standing in your mountain pose, your Tadasana. Really ground down through your feet, engaging your thighs. Hips are shining forwards, opening out your chest, broadening across your chest as your shoulders fall back and down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Hinge at your hips. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath. Exhale through knees, chest and chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana, bringing your chest down onto the floor. Inhale into your upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. As you inhale, raise your right leg high, keeping your shoulders square. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen that right leg. Exhale, bring your right foot in between your hands and then just drop your back heel so that it's at a 45-degree angle to your mat and your left toes are pointing up towards the corner of your mat. Take an inhale to rise into your warrior one. Bend in this right knee. Arms can come above your head. We're going to bring our hands into a mudra, so like a pistol grip. Take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale, back bend. Draw your arms back in line with your ears. Gaze comes up towards the ceiling, gentle. Inhale back to center. Exhale, cactus your arms, push your chest through. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to come into our humble warrior. Inhale, reaching the arms to shoulder height. As you exhale, clasp your hands behind your back and really push your chest forward, shining through, drawing your shoulders away from your ears. Take an in-breath. As you exhale, hinge at your hips, coming over your front thigh, lifting your arms up towards the ceiling, humble warrior. Take a breath here. Gaze is just beyond your mat. Lengthen through the crown, the back of your neck. Inhale to rise. Exhale, windmill your left arm over, pivot on your left foot coming into your warrior two, your Virabhadrasana two. So set yourself up with the heel of your front foot in line with the arch of your back foot. Straighten out your torso, bending your front knee, gaze is down your right middle finger, Virabhadrasana two. Take a moment here. Inhale, reach forward. And as you exhale, Flip the palm and come into your reverse warrior. Reverse Virabhadrasana. Gaze up towards your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Gaze comes up towards your fingers. Breathe in. Exhale, come all the way back to your Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten your leg out, setting up for your Trikonasana. Inhale, reach forwards. Send your left hip back. Exhale, bring your right hand down to your shin or the floor. Left arm comes up towards the ceiling. As you inhale, lengthen through the side of your body. And as you exhale, just open out your chest towards the ceiling slightly. Breathe. Inhale all the way back up to standing. Pivot. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Pivot on your left foot, coming back into a high lunge. Bend in that front knee. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor. Step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath. Exhale, lower down through your knees, chest and chin. And come all the way down to the floor. All right, so once you're flat on the floor, we're going to move into our Salabhasana, our locust pose. So bringing your arms out to the sides of your body, your palms facing down, fingertips reaching towards the back of the room. And we're just going to push into the tops of our feet. And on your inhale, I want you to lift your chest off the floor. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, gaze comes forwards. Exhale, lower your chest. Inhale, back bend. Maybe this time you lift your arms off the floor. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the chest off the floor. Lift your arms, and maybe this time you raise your legs as well, engaging through your glutes and your hamstrings. Again, trying to avoid tensing, but just imagine you're squeezing a block between your thighs. Shoulders are relaxing away from your ears, gazes just beyond your mat. Keep breathing. Exhale, lower down. Now, if you want to go a little bit further into a back bend, we're going to move into Dhanurasana. Only come into this posture though if you feel like you want to, if you feel like you're warm enough. We will be doing it again. So don't worry if you don't want to do it. If you don't want to go into Dhanurasana, you can stay in your locust, your Salabhasana, or you can just drop your legs and just inhale to rise, exhale to lower. All right, so Dhanurasana. Bringing your bending your knees and bringing your heels in towards your bottom, grabbing onto the outside of your feet if you can. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, push your feet away, lifting your heart forwards, shining that heart towards the front of the room. Pushing your pubic bone down into the mat. Shoulders are away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Bringing your hands underneath your forehead. Rocking your hips from side to side slightly. Placing your hands underneath your shoulders, we're going to come back up into our downward facing dog. So inhale into your low cobra or your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. Inhale with your left leg this time. And as you exhale, bring your left foot through so that it's framed by your hands. We're going to inhale to rise into a high lunge. Exhale, back bend. Cactus the arms, shine the chest forwards. Inhale, raise your hands high. And we're going to come into a warrior 3. So as you inhale, I want you to lift the right leg, shift your weight into your left leg, straighten out your left leg, And come into your warrior 3 with airplane arms, Virabhadrasana 3. Gaze comes down towards the floor. Take one breath. Inhale, we're going to rise. And as we rise, we're going to draw our right foot in towards our bottom, grasping onto our foot from the outside, the inside of the foot, setting up for our dancer. So keeping a balance, grounding down through your left leg. Inhale, raising your left fingers high. And as you exhale, push back with your right foot, pushing your right foot into your right hand, keeping that chest shining forwards. Gaze comes up towards your fingertips. Don't worry if you wobble. Really trying to feel the back bend here while also opening out your heart. Exhale, release. Bring your foot to meet your left foot. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Exhale, Samastitihi. Second side. Coming into your Tadasana. Inhale to rise. Exhale, fold. Hinge at your hips. Head hangs heavy. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath. As you exhale, lower down through your knees, your chest and your chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Bhujangasana or upward facing dog. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Send that tailbone high. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your left foot in between your hands. Drop your back foot, grounding down through your right little toe. As you inhale into your warrior 1 on this side. So, knee is stacking over your ankle. Heel is in line with the heel. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Bring your arms together, maybe into your little pistol grip. As you inhale to lengthen through the sides of your body. Exhale, gentle back bend. Draw your arms back towards your ears. Shine your hips forwards. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus your arms, back bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back, clasping your hands, setting up for your humble warrior. Push your chest forwards, draw your shoulders away from your ears. Take an in-breath to prepare. Exhale, ground down through your back foot and fold over your front thigh. Bring your arms into the air, into your humble warrior. Draw your belly button in towards your spine. Breathe. Inhale, come all the way up. And as you do, windmill over into your warrior 2. I'm going to turn this way. So pivot on your right foot. Left heel in line with the arch of your right foot. Torso straight. Gaze is down your left middle finger. Making sure this leg is nice and bent. Grounding through that right little toe. Inhale, reach forward, flip your palm. As you exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale into extended side angle. Exhale to rise. Straighten out for your Trikonasana. As you inhale, reach forward, send your right hip back. Keep your legs straight. Exhale, lower your left hand. Raise your right gaze up towards your right fingers. Take an in-breath. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen through the sides of your body. As you exhale, maybe shine your heart forwards, twisting your body up towards the ceiling to open out and broaden through your chest, keeping your shoulders away from your ears, but maybe moving that right arm back slightly. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way back up to standing. Pivot on your right foot, coming into your high lunge on this side. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back bend. Cactus those arms, look up towards the ceiling. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold over your feet, your front foot, step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath. And as you exhale, lower all the way down to the floor, bringing your chest all the way onto the floor so that your body is resting. We'll set up for our locust on this side. So pressing into the tops, pressing into the mat with the tops of your feet, bringing your arms out long. Your gaze is just forwards a little bit from the mat. Palms facing down. Take an inhale and just lift your chest off the floor. Shine your heart forwards. And release your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, lower the chest back down. Inhale, lift and shine your heart forwards, and maybe this time your arms come up as well. Exhale, lower. Maybe this time your feet will rise as well. So inhale, lifting your chest. As you exhale, lift the feet. Try and reach back with those fingers, squeezing your thighs together, or imagine you've got a block between your thighs. Exhale, lower. If you want to come into Dhanurasana, then please feel free, bringing your feet, your heels in towards your bottom. If you can grab hold of your feet on the outside, take an inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, just lift your chest, shine your chest forward. Try and keep your knees together into your back bend. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower. Bringing your hands underneath your head. Rocking your body from side to side. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to inhale into our low cobra or our upward facing dog. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. Lengthen that tailbone towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and step forwards to the top of your mat, landing once more in your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, straight spine all the way up to standing. Hands come above your head. Exhale, gentle back bend. Shine that chest forwards. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome. Well done, guys. Take a drink. Oh, and I realised I missed something out. So we're going to come back into our Tadasana, and we're actually just going to step back into a high lunge. So, so step your left leg back, come into a high lunge, inhale to rise, and then we're going to come into our warrior 3 from here. So I want you to shift your weight forwards into your right leg, and as you exhale, I want you to lift your left leg, bringing your arms into an aeroplane, flexing your left foot and squaring off your hips. Aeroplane arms, draw that navel in towards the chest, strong through the right standing leg. And as you inhale to prepare, exhale to come up to standing on one leg, drawing your left heel in towards your bottom, grasping your left foot from the outside so that your thumb is pointing down the top of your big toe. Inhale, lengthen your right arm to the ceiling. And as you exhale, coming into your dancer, kick your left foot away from you, kicking your left foot into your left hand, keeping your chest lifted, coming into your lovely back bend here. Breathe. Don't worry if you wobble. And then on the exhale, release. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, amazing. I'm going to come back down. We're going to make our way down onto the floor for our second peak posture. So we're going to move into full wheel, but there's no pressure to do this. Only do this if you feel like it's something you want to do. There will be modifications and options for you. So, Tadasana, at the top of your mat. Roll your shoulders back down. Engage your thighs, engage through your glutes. Shine those hips forward. Take a moment. Maybe check back in with your intention or your Ujjayi breath. Inhale, raise your hands high, bringing your palms to touch. Exhale, cactus your arms, gentle back bend. Shine your chest forwards. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Uttanasana, forward fold. Head hangs heavy. Inhale, half lift. Flat back, crown of your head reaches forwards, hands touch something. Exhale, lower and step back into your high plank. Take an in breath. Exhale, lower down through knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to your upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale, lift your heels. And as you exhale, you can either jump through to seated or step through to seated. So if you're jumping through, on your exhale, jump, cross your legs and come to seated on the floor. If you can do it gracefully, amazing. I can never do it gracefully. I don't think graceful is a word that's in my vocabulary, but anyway. So once we are on the floor, just come into a comfortable seated position. I want you to move the fleshy bits out from underneath your bottom. And we're just going to do a couple of twists on each side, just because we've worked a lot into the back. So instead of forward folding, we're just going to ease our back out slightly, setting up again and making us ready for our final posture. So inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, bring your left hand forward, right hand back, and just twist to the right. Gaze comes over your right shoulder. Lengthen through your spine, lengthen through the crown of your head. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Exhale, twist to your left. Right hand comes in front, left hand goes behind. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bringing your legs out long, we're going to move down onto the floor through Navasana, boat pose. So bringing your knees in towards your chest slightly, bending your knees. So your toes are pointing forwards. Hands come out to the side. Really roll your shoulders away from your ears. As you rock back onto your sit bones and you shine your heart forwards, gaze comes upwards. Inhale here. And as you exhale, we're just going to gently lower ourselves all the way down onto the mat. Vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way down. And we're just going to rest here once we're on the floor. Give yourself a moment. All right, we're going to move into bridge pose now. So from lying down, I want you to bring your feet, bend your knees and bring your feet close in towards your bottom. Keeping your palms facing down and your fingertips facing towards your feet or your heels. Just maybe shuffle your shoulders underneath your body slightly. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift your hips high, shining your hips towards the ceiling. Keeping the weight in your feet as your toes point forwards and your shoulders. Maybe dipping your chin slightly towards your chest to feel that lengthening in the back of your neck. Really engaging through your glutes. Try not to squeeze them too tight. This might compromise the lower back. Just engage. Really ground down through your feet. Keep breathing and feel the energy soaring through your body. Inhale. Exhale, gently lower back down onto the floor. And release your shoulders. Now, you can repeat your bridge pose if you like. And you can come into a supported bridge. which might be using a block or a cushion or clasping your hands underneath your back. So we're going to come into this posture once more. So while you're lying down, shuffling your shoulders underneath your back, grounding down through your feet, using the energy from as you root down through your feet to rebound the energy up through your hips to lift your hips high. Maybe your hands come underneath your back. Your shoulders shuffle underneath your back a little bit more. You can clasp your hands and perhaps you can lift your hips slightly higher. In your supported bridge, keep breathing. Remember to keep grounding down through those feet. Inhale. Exhale, release your shoulders, and then vertebrae by vertebrae, just release your back down onto the floor and release your bottom. Okay, so you can repeat any of those variations of bridge pose if you feel like you want to, or you can just lie on your back for a moment, just resting your spine. Try not to bring your legs in towards your chest at the moment because that's just going to compromise your spine. Imagine your spine's like the branch of a tree, and if you're bending it that way for your back bend, and then you automatically bend it the other way for forward fold, it's going to snap the branch. So you just want to be remaining lying down if you don't want to come into full wheel. If you don't want to come into full wheel and you want to stay in your bridge, then go ahead, go to bridge posture now. And we're going to move into Urdhva Dhanurasana. So this is bridge pose, full wheel. So for those who are coming with me, bringing your heels closer into your bottom, and then we're going to bring our hands just in line with our ears so that the fingertips are on the floor. Obviously your fingertips are going to be on the floor. I mean, your fingertips are pointing towards your shoulders. Your palms come down to meet the mat. Take a moment here. Inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, you can just lift your hips. This might be enough for you. Inhale. Exhale, lower. If you want to come the full way, inhale. Exhale, push up. Gaze up and push the hips up towards the ceiling, keeping your toes pointing towards the top of your mat. Gaze comes down towards the mat, and you're coming into your full wheel, really pushing up through your hips, shining that heart forwards. It's a really intense back bend. Stay for as long as you like, 5 breaths maximum, or just 1 or 2. Inhale, and then exhale, slowly release, bending your arms, bringing the crown of your head down towards the floor, and releasing through vertebrae by vertebrae, one at a time, releasing your arms, and then releasing your legs onto the floor. Well done if you've just attempted a wheel. Even more well done if you've never done bridge before and you've attempted bridge. Amazing. We're just going to lie here for 1 moment. And then I want you to bend your knees, bring your feet to the outer edges of your mat, and then just bring your knees to touch. This has really helped to ease off the lower back. As you press the lower back into the floor, allowing your knees to touch. Maybe you want to windscreen wiper those legs from side to side. Allowing some nice counteractive movement in your lower spine. And then gently lowering your legs back down to the floor. Then bring your right knee in towards your chest. Give your right knee a bit of a hug. Place your left hand on the outside of your right knee. Bring your right arm out to the side, or cactus your arm like we have been doing in our back bends. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, you're going to guide your right leg over, keeping your right shoulder on the floor. Gaze comes over towards your right fingertips or your right elbow. And we twist to the left. Right knee comes over, feeling the easing out in the lower back. Exhale, come all the way back to center. Release your right leg down to the floor. We repeat on the left. Drawing your left knee in towards your chest, giving it a bit of a hug. Placing your right hand on the outside of your left knee. Left arm either comes long or into a cactus shape. Take an in breath. As you exhale, guide your left leg over to the right hand side, keeping your left shoulder grounded into the floor. Gaze comes over to your left elbow if that's comfortable on your neck, or your left fingertips, wherever your arm is. Inhale all the way back to center. Exhale, release your left leg. And then eventually, what we've all been waiting for, draw both of your knees in towards your chest and maybe just rock from side to side, giving yourself a little bit of a hug. Allowing that back to gently ease out. If you want to come into happy baby now, then feel free. So bring your knees towards your chest, soles of the feet come up towards the ceiling, grabbing onto either the inside or the outside of your feet, lengthening through the spine so that all of the vertebrae are grounding into the mat. Allow your shoulders to relax. Maybe moving your happy baby side to side, or maybe just stay still. And then slowly releasing your happy baby, releasing your legs down towards the bottom of the mat. Bringing your arms down by your sides with your palms facing upwards. Allow your feet to just hang out to the sides of your mat. Feel the connection between your heels and your calves, the back of your thighs, your bottom and your lower back. Allowing your shoulders to relax and draw down and away from your ears. Slowly dip your chin towards your chest, lengthening through the back of your neck. Close down your eyes, soften your gaze, relax your jaw, allow your head to sink into the mat. Allowing the energy from the practice to resonate throughout your whole body as we move into our Shavasana, our corpse pose. Take a deep breath in through your nose and release it through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Let go of anything that no longer serves you through your mouth. Shavasana. Slowly just bringing your awareness back to your body, back to your breath, back to your mat. Drawing your gaze inwards, allowing any intention that you set at the beginning of the class to be reaffirmed. Make some gentle movements in your fingers and your toes. Maybe rotating your wrists and your ankles. If you want to take a full body stretch, then feel free to do this now. And maybe tensen all those muscles and then release. Drawing your knees in towards your chest and giving yourself one last big hug. And then gently rolling over onto your right hand side, using your right arm as a pillow for your head. Guiding yourself up, using your left hand to come to a easy Sukhasana seated posture on your mat. Drawing your hands into your heart center. Allowing your thumbs to rest on your sternum. Allowing your breath to deepen, to slow. Feeling the beat of your heart against your thumbs. Bowing your chin towards your chest slightly. Just going to say a few words to seal the practice. An affirmation at this point for the work that we've done into our heart chakra this evening. I think this is a really lovely affirmation. And it goes something like this. I am vulnerable, and I open myself to the universe. Whatever I give to others, I give to myself. Keeping your eyes closed, take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it go through your mouth. I'm going to try this evening to seal the practice through an Om, which I've never done before in my classes, but I feel now's the time to maybe do that. So if you want to come with me, feel free. If not, just take a deep breath in to prepare. Exhale to release. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to Om. Thank you for practicing with me this evening. I hope you have a wonderful, relaxing Sunday night. The light in me honours and salutes the light in you. Namaste. Thank you. I hope that's been okay for your practice this evening. I hope that a Sunday night practice has given you a little bit of time to relax, time to check in with your thoughts as we begin a new week next week. So take your time getting up, take your time, take on some water, and hopefully I will see you next time. I think for the time being, what's going to happen is I'm not going to be doing the Monday night classes anymore. I will just do Wednesday evenings and Sunday evenings going forward on YouTube because, I think it's just more worthwhile just to have the 2 classes per week while we're still in lockdown. It gives me and other people time to sort of focus on themselves during this weird situation that we're in, and hopefully in the next few weeks we might start to be seeing some easing of the lockdown restrictions, hopefully. So I'm not sure when we'll be able to get back to actually teaching in real life in front of you in a studio or a classroom, but hopefully it won't be too long. All right, so take care of yourselves and keep sending yourselves some love. See you on Wednesday. Bye.